What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, we got some good news and some bad news, but before we talk about it, please go click that support button, get yourself some codes. Remember, we're giving out codes on a constant basis. We have a 1,000 Essence Stones and a new Hunter ticket code out. Make sure you click that support button, guys. I'll be sending codes out every single day. Speaking of codes, I do want to say this real quick. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Slam. Slam actually went and got some Korean chicken. And sent me an exclusive code. So I want to say thank you so much, Slam, for this. He sent me an exclusive code for 1,000 Essence Stones. Okay, and I had 5 tickets left here. He said, literally, this happened just 5 minutes ago. So he's like, hey, Payne, I got you an exclusive code just to say thank you. I was like, dude, I was so grateful. I was like, listen, I'll take anything that's free to play. So he gets an exclusive code. This is it right here. He sent it to me. I literally was like, I'm going to just try this. I had 25 out of 80 summons for ESIL, and lo and behold, that code got me another copy. So I want to say a big shout out to my boy Slam. Slam, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for thinking about me. Definitely lucky charm on that one, man. I did not expect to get her in that summon. So it means a lot when the community comes through like this and thinks about your boy. You know, as much as I give back to you guys give just as much back to me. So thank you again, Slam. Love you, buddy. Means a lot. And thank you to the KFC that I've been making fun of, the Korean chicken. You just got me a free ESIL, so I'm totally about that. Now, some dark news, unfortunately, as well too. I will be sending out a massive bouquet of flowers from our community to my boy Carlos, aka Spanish Gun, whose mother just passed away today as well too. So with some good news, we got some bad news. Carlos is a big part of my community. I love the guy, trust me. He feels like family at this point. One of the nicest dudes I've had a chance to ever get to know from a virtual world, and I would love to meet one day. Carlos, I know how mothers are. My mother's the most important person in my life, next to my kids and my wife. It's a deep loss for anybody. So just know that we're always here for you. Anyway, anybody who wants to donate or be part of the flower bouquet I'm going to be sending out, feel free to let me know. I'm going to send a big one on our behalf, a couple $100 to say, you know, we're thinking of you, and you know, hopefully his mom obviously will be looking down on him for heaven and obviously being proud of the son that he is. So with a little bit of good news, we got some bad news, but altogether, Carlos is in good spirits, and I just want to say a big shout out to him for staying strong. It's never an easy thing to do. Now, with that being said, guys, get all that stuff out of the way because it is important. It's more important than the game. My community is more important to the game. I always want to give shout outs. We're going to talk a little bit more about ESIL here in regards to what you should be doing here in terms of setting her up for the best possible outcome in regards to artifacts. All right, artifacts are an important part for her. You guys can see the recommended stats are attack, additional attack, defense, penetration. You still don't want to ignore crit rate, okay? You guys can see my crit hit rate is only 4,996. That's not enough. You definitely want to push that. As a matter of fact, crit damage still does matter as well too. A lot of people are going to neglect it because of the additional or the recommended stats, but I highly recommend, guys, at the same time, do look at the other stats that do matter. Recommended sets are going to be Expert Set and Sylph Blessing. Depends how you want to play her. So this is actually correct in regards to... So remember when I said Obsidian yesterday? I tested Obsidian real quick for damage in a quick boss fight. She was great. It was actually better because she got the full 60%. But in WOBL, where she shines, Obsidian's useless for her, right? Because you run out of MP all the time. Even using Gina, Gina did supplement a little bit back to her, but it wasn't enough. So don't use Obsidian. Go with the Expert set for sure for WOBL. It's the smartest set to go with for her. Now, because she is super squishy, of course, you got to be careful with the Expert set. And that's why you don't want to go full EP's Curse, because you're just going to take way too much damage, okay? So that part is correct. Now, another really good option for her, besides Sylph in that one, and this is up to you if you want to, depending how you want to break, is of course the AP's Greed, right? AP's Greed, you can never go wrong. It's the most amount of combat power you're going to get from there at the same time, so keep that in mind. Now, recommended sets, Burning Greed, Armed, and Solid Analysis. Now, I'm going to be real. When it comes down to full-on DPS, Armed actually did pretty well, but you lose too much combat power. So your best bet is 4-piece Greed and 4-piece Expert, okay? And that's an important thing to remember. So again, the stats you want to look for, now this is my free-to-play version, obviously, right? The stats you want to look for at the end of the day is going to be attack. Attack is where you want to kind of land her, right? And you guys can see even without a weapon, I'm at 13k. I need to put on get her weapon and start working on that. But at the end of the day, her job is to at least hit about 30 to 32k attack if you can, if you want to actually make her semi-decent for DPS. Semi-decent for DPS. She can hold her own, all right? She is attack spec. She, I would say, is stronger than Lim to some extent. when it comes down to actual damage, if you compare the two breakers, she doesn't break as fast as Lynn, but she's not supposed to, right? Now, if you can get her A5 and you can boost that whole Prey of the Week to 100, she actually does pretty decent damage. Now, where she kind of is lackluster, and quite honestly, and I think a lot of you guys may agree with this, at the moment, at least I'm finding it, is because we don't have the proper DPS yet, is in Guild Boss and in POD. Right, because the problem is with POD, like she's required to do her skills. She's either required to do her Prayer of the Week debuff. I mean, sorry, she's either required to do her second skill, or she's required to do an actual like dodge, like a full on extreme evasion, right? Which she doesn't do, because in POD nobody dodges, they just attack. So in POD she's unfortunately a little bit useless. In Guild Boss she doesn't really have too much utility yet, because of course nobody's really using a fire DPS. There isn't a strong fire DPS, so that may change with the introduction of Kanai, but we're gonna have to wait for that to happen. But right now her main role is in WOBL. So I do want to say one more thing, because I know a lot of people have been talking about this. Remember, a lot of people may not know this, but you do have a full 40 days still left to summon for her. Kanai will come out before the 40 days. I believe hard mode WOBL will also probably come out before the 40 days. So you will have time, guys, to figure out what you want to do. It's not a rush moment. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing personally is because I kind of know the path I want to take, right? I don't know the full scope of the new WOBL. I don't know the full scope of Kanai yet, but just seeing ESIL's potential to how strong the fire team can be and how strong she can make them makes it a no-brainer for me to just get her on my free-to-play account. Now, am I going to push to A5? Quite honestly, she's a support, so I probably will stop around A3, I'm going to try, and then use custom draws to get the rest of her. But there is still 40 some odd days. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, your supports are not your main... Like, yes, they're your main catalyst to make your DPS better, but your DPS is everything in this game. DPS is king. Always has been, always will be. So if I go too much on her, then I can't go too much on Kanai, right? So I do have to save some on Kanai, but I got her in A1, so I did want to say a quick shout out to Slam again on doing that, for thinking about me and getting me that extra 1,000 essence. That was incredible. What a way to end my night. I was literally about to go to bed. He messages me. I'm like, hey, this is cool. I might just, someone thought about me. This is awesome. And Slam and I always talk. We have a great relationship. So shout out to you, Slam. Thank you again. Hope you enjoyed the chicken as well. And thank you so much again for thinking about me. It means a lot. And again, guys, for those who want to, give their condolences to Carlos, feel free in the comment section, give your condolences. Carlos, again, is a big part of our community. He's always part of the live streams. He's a good man. Good man. One of the best guys I've got a chance to get to know. And I'm saddened for everything that he has to go through. It sucks that, I can't attend there in person. I don't live where he lives. I know where he lives, but I'm too far from there, and I've got kids and stuff. But, hopefully us sending a bouquet of flowers from the SLA community on our behalf to him, I hope it at least gives some sort of joy knowing that we're thinking about you, Carlos. And again, guys, anybody who wants to donate, let me know through Discord. And if you don't want to donate, don't worry. I'll do it all by myself. It's not even a big deal. I'm just asking in case you want to contribute from your own, for yourself. But again, thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a wonderful night. Take good care of yourselves. Give your moms all a big hug, and go eat that fried chicken and get yourself those kills. Again, Slam, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.